What marketing? Yes.
David Ingram, my guest. We're at www.david-ingram.com. And every Wednesday night, I host a program, and Richard Pitt produces and directs and does all the rest of the stuff, with my son Mitchell Ingram being the spare when we want to interview Richard, or when Richard maybe can't be here. Anyway, we're going to talk about marketing, and Richard says he's going to interview me somehow or other. I'm not sure why, but he's got a couple of my marketing things in his pocket or his hand. And what do you got here, Richard? You're going to play with flags.
David, you know, I have been around your office for the past, what, 25?
Well,
20,
I met you in March
years?
'85, I believe.
So 24 years.
Yeah.
Okay. You have always had something around your office that you give customers. You've had pens. I still have coffee cups with your little image on it. If you take a look at David's website, back eons ago, he had a caricature done of himself that used to be on your folders that you'd give everybody when you put their tax together. There we go. There's one of the coffee cups there. That one's from Capilano Mall, where we spent a wonderful, how many, what, 10 years in there?
14 years.
14 years in there.
86
That's right.
to 2000.
That's right, because...
Well, put the caricature up to this.
Yeah, there's the caricature there. You can see David Ingram's little caricature. Do you have any information on who did this?
Yes, it was Aislinn.
Aislinn.
Terry Mosher, one of the most famous caricatures in North America, in the world.
Okay, there you go. Well, that caricature is on his website. That is David. That's always been David. He's even got a bronze.
I grew into that caricature.
You have a bronze of
when that caricature was done, I was a svelte 200 pounds. Now I'm 340. I grew into the caricature.
You grew into that caricature.
Which
That's
is really
right.
bad.
You
it shouldn't happen.
Yes.
And we have we have a bronze.
You have a bronze of that. Yep, that's downstairs.
Yeah, very. It's worth a lot of money, that bronze now.
I think it is, yeah. And you also have one.
You know who did that bronze?
I do not.
Bill Reed.
Bill Reed, did he do the one with the hammer as well?
Yeah, but he didn't really do them. But he did. His assistant at the time was a guy named George Rammel. And George Rammel was the guy that did Haida Gwaii, and he's the guy that did all that stuff, because Bill's had Parkinson's.
Yes.
But the design was Bill's, and George did the work, the execution.
Okay.
So I call this was done, the two bronzes of those two statues of me were done as a, were done by Bill Reed, George Rammel, in Bill Reed's studio. And strangely enough, I was at a party not very long ago, and I'm trying to remember where it was, and I apologized to the person. I actually met the guy that cast them, and what party was that at, Mitchell? You were there at that one, too. I mean, I'll think about it for a second. Anyway, I met the guy. But this is marketing.
This is marketing.
And do you know why they were done? I'll bet you don't know the story.
I don't, because they were in your office when I first met you.
Yes.
I have no idea why.
And one is the man cutting taxes.
That's right. Yep.
And the other is Ingram.
Taxes.
Other is Ingram up like this with a hammer.
With a hammer.
In his hand.
That's right.
We should actually go on. Do you want to go get those things, Mitchell? You can go get them. He's here.
Keep talking. They're
and we'll put them up on top of here for a second. Yep. Now, the reason for them, okay, and Lillian Vander Zalm, you've met Lillian.
Yes, I have.
Lillian Vander Zalm was going to be a presenter for these, and when they were done, I was relatively famous. I forgot how famous I was until the other day when something happened. In '81, according to UBC's political science, when I ran for mayor of Vancouver, literally 87% of the population could recognize my picture and knew who David Ingram was.
Well, it was on the back of your motor home. It was on pens on virtually everybody who was anybody had one of your pens or one of your cups. Put it right there, Mitchell.
Put it right up on top, yeah. And
there you go.
Can you find the other one, too? Well, it should be right there. No, if you can find the other one, that's right in front of my face. But there's the bronze.
There's the bronze.
And the other one was the man. And if you remember, I was for a very brief period of time in the Joe Clark government. So brief that it's, I don't think officially in any record book it was that quick, because Joe Clark got defeated right away. I was the policy chairman for the Conservative Party of Canada.
Okay.
And I actually was the MC for the Joe Clark Leadership Review in the overflow crowd for the Chateau Laurier, but that's beside the point. So I was very political at the time, and this was going to be an award presented annually to the politician in Canada that had done the best thing for taxes.
That,
you get it?
That's wonderful.
You can't find it? It's down there on the floor someplace.
Anyway,
the hammer one with me hitting like this.
Yep. The one that I call hit any key.
Was that the hammer one was to be presented to the politician who had done the stupidest thing for taxes. And this was going to be, this was when I was sort of famous, and this was going to be the annual David Ingram Award. And maybe I should still present it every year. We could do that. And that's what the reason for them was. It wasn't just vanity because I wanted a statue of myself.
They were actually to be awards. I like that. And I think we're going to have to do something with that.
The problem was, were we going to give them an award to keep, or was it going to be awarded in like the Grey Cup and you pass it on to the next?
Yes.
Now, you can imagine that the guy who got the award for being the best politician wouldn't maybe want to give it up. And the guy that got the one for being the stupidest politician that year
probably wouldn't want to take it.
Would be eager to pass it on. So here's the other one. And those were beautiful. Have we got a good picture of those on the screen there somehow? We need to... Is that what you could get them there?
That looks pretty good.
I am, and that's the first time we've ever shown those on television.
Well, there you
of
go.
all the 1,000 televisions.
David does look like his caricature. There's no doubt about that one.
Yeah,
We're supposed to be talking about marketing, but that's okay. This is marketing.
Well, this was what these were. These were what these were for.
There I am.
This might be a classic piece of tape. As I say, and Lillian Van der Zam was going to. I was going to have Lillian every year because her husband
do the presentation.
Be the presentation, and then, of course, and I married Josie, and she didn't want me to be in politics or any of this public stuff.
She probably didn't want you to be around Lillian either. But that's a different story.
Being around Lillian's a whole different matter. I mean, there's a wonderful woman, but
these
what are you going to do?
Not
You're going to take them
small.
off? No.
No, these are not.
Those are solid bronzes.
They are solid, absolutely.
And as I say, I met the guy that cast them.
Yeah.
And that was just a hoot. And I am embarrassed that I can't remember where it was I met him. Was that? Yeah. It might have been at a Fringe Festival something or other. And anyway. Put them down. You talk about marketing. That's what it was going to be, and I think you'll agree that it would be like the award was going to be set up as a non-profit. You know, I'd founded my own political party then called the TRAC, or Taxpayers Revolt Against. Can't remember what the C was for now. I ran for mayor of Vancouver and stuff. So we had that's before I knew you.
Yep.
And we had a good time. Anyway.